let's talk about a name that has experience in the Brennan Marion offense, has experience with Brennan Marion overall. Ernest Campbell. I will be a perpetrator of like kind of forgetting about Ernest Campbell a little bit at times, and people have called me out on it, and they're justifiably right. But like, tell me your thoughts on Ernest Campbell and him kind of coming into this offense and being somebody who's experienced it before and trying to teach some of the other guys in this room.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the most experienced in this offense, and we seen what he did at Sac State last year in that offense. He's explosive, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's like the amount of explosive plays that you're gonna see that we should see this year. It's I can't even put a number on it, to be honest with you, but I mean it just got to all come together, which I think it will. But Ernest is you got to get him the ball, brother. It's like football. What did they say? Football, track on grass or something like that.
Yeah, like track on grass, hooping on grass. Yeah,
bro, you got to get him the ball, bro. He's special, and I wouldn't put him. And just because of his speed, I know a basic, non-football knowledge guy would be like, yeah, just put him on kick return or punt return. No, get this guy the ball. Get him some jet sweeps. Get him some nice. You know what I'm saying? Get him some good reps, man. Because Ernest will turn it. I think Ernest is probably, when I say most explosive, he's probably the most explosive, bro, because he goes from 0 to 100 quick when it comes to speed. So he'll be the first one that I would say, like, who you think gonna take a hitch to the crib or a slant to the crib the first? Like, give it to her. I'm gonna take Ernest every time just because I know exactly what he did in his offense, and the amount of film I watch, I would say, on his offense, I think he'll be very special. And you can't. I mean, that's his guy. He brought him with him. He's gonna get him touches.
Yeah,
because he wanted. It's that next level. This ain't what league they was in last year.
Oh God.
Whatever. It ain't sexy.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, so like he wanna show out on that one. He wanna let everybody know he can do it at this stage too. Just like Trav wanted to do. So.
Yeah, and I mean that I'm like. I saw it a little bit in some of the clips, but like that track speed is real. Like that track speed is real, legit. And like it reminds me of like, I can't remember which game it was, but Jimmy Horn, I think in the
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think so. When he took the slant to the crib and it was like he took off the moment he caught the ball and like nobody could catch him down. It was just crazy. And like that's the type of speed where it's like there's speed and then there's like second level speed. There's like there's you can't catch me here and you can't catch me at the 60-yard line. You know what I mean? Like going down. So I agree. I also just think the up tempo nature of it, again, having been in this offense, having understood it, in just like the continuous reps too. I was thinking the same thing is like a jet sweep. Like I feel like that's like one of the first routes you try to get Ernest on, right? It's just some sort of like end around, like just give him some space and let him just outrun everybody. Like I don't see how this offense could like avoid using him. Like I just feel like he is so dynamic, and I hate that word because it doesn't really like mean too much, but like he is like he's the guy that when he has the ball in his hands, everybody like is like whoa, like the entire like even the casuals in the crowd are like, who's that guy? Who's number 4? So yeah, I think Ernest is gonna do super well, and I think too what's great is especially with a lot of the Sac State guys who have come in, like they've seemingly like bonded and just kind of meshed with the team very well. Like he fits in perfectly with a Cam Perry. Like he fits in really well with Danny, and they all seem to really like him. So like I'm so glad that they just kind of like all embrace Boulder and that it's kind of this one mission they've all taken together. But another name very similar, kind of on a little bit of a going back to Q for 6, but Quanell Farrakhan made a lot of plays this spring, looked really good in a lot of the well-off videos. He's somebody that I feel like is kind of slept on in this room, but like, give me your thoughts on Quanell.
I love him, man. I remember watching him in high school, and he's explosive too. I'm saying he may be not. He's probably not the most twitchiest, the quickest, the fastest, but he's grown. He knows how to get open. He knows how to be in the right spots, as you can see during the spring. He was just in the right place at the right time. He knew what he was doing. He got comfortable with that offense, I would say, probably quicker than some of the other guys that was previously on the roster. did. You know what I mean? And just going back to, sorry to go back, but just going back to the Sac State guys coming over, I think that's a testament to Brandon Marion. You know, he brought the guys that he knew exactly would fit into the culture that they was trying to build over there. And those guys are literally, I feel like they're literally coaches on the field. You know, they got the most reps in that offense. And so just being able to have another coach on the field or in that meeting room, just telling the guys, look, this is what you want to do here. You know, it's cover two, whatever the case may be. You know, when you want to sit right here in this hole, this is going to be wide open every time. This is what the quarterback looking at, you know, and I feel like Cornell took advantage of that, you know, and you can tell he was making plays. He showed the way, you know, his catch radius with those diving catches and all of that stuff. You can see his confidence kind of like getting there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I think this year is a big year for him. We just got to get him the ball. And I know he'll be ready for his opportunities, but I love him, bro. I love him, man. He remind me of Jarvis Landry kind of.
I see it. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
And it's all such great points. I feel like every rep that I saw him make during the spring practices, and again, it's spring ball, like it's not mm-hmm. serious, but like I feel like he's got like arguably some of the most sure hands on the team. Like I feel like he is somebody who, like, you throw it up to him and he's gonna make sure he comes down with it in one way or another. Like it's exactly that thing where it's like he's maybe not the most insane route runner or like the quickest guy in the room, but like you give him a chance, he's gonna come down with it in one way or another. I mean, 6'1", 182, like he's got good size. Like he's arguably one of the taller receivers in the room currently. Mm-hmm. I mean, JoJo 6'2", 200. But let me switch gears too. This is another topic I feel like that has come up a good amount in terms of this transporter class and just the receivers in general. Do you feel that there's a lack of size, I would say, in this receiver room? Like, obviously, I mean, we don't really know what's going on with Hakeem Williams right now. We lose into the portal. What are your thoughts on that?
You don't need it. In this offense, you don't need. You need versatile guys. You know what I mean? These guys can beat you with their speed. I mean, if you beating somebody with your speed, what the hell you need to go up and go? You know what I mean? What you need a head top every time for? You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen naturally, but you don't need those guys. I'm not saying you don't need Hakeem Williams. I'm not saying that, but in this offense, you need versatile guys. You need guys that can run, you know, sideline to sideline, you know, with the jet sweeps, and, you know, the little dumps, you know, whatever the case may be, and guys that can play inside and outside. And that's what you can see. You need playmakers, guys that can get yak. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what this roster can do. All these guys can get yak. All these guys can take a 60, you know what I'm saying, when they get the ball in their hands. And that's what you want in this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. I feel like, and this is no disrespect to O at all, but I feel like at points last season, there was like Juju was like, you know, F it, O down. He's down there somewhere. Like just toss it up to him and like hope he comes down with it. And that was just kind of like, it was his safety net, which is good. But I just feel like that's not going to need to be, we're not going to need to put the ball in harm's way. Like I think that Juju's going to have such an insane completion percentage in this offense. It's, you know, he's just going to have like, he could have 300 yards on like 7, you know, like it's gonna go. He's gonna have like an insane, like just make the right read, make the right pass, and then let the receivers do the rest of the work. And like he's just sitting there comfortably, you know, with a great completion percentage and 350. Like I just feel so good about that overall. I'm gonna give you a couple other names. I want you to rank them in terms of like where you think. Sorry, you can see my dog showing up down there.
Are you good? I have to keep mine out there.
Down there, but. I'll give you a couple of names. I want you to rank them, okay? A little bit more on the younger side and just some more of the names, maybe a little bit further down the depth chart. Caleb Mathis, the Ward brothers. I'm gonna go out and say, so like Tiger Barton still on the roster as well, and Carson Westbrook is still on the roster. So out of those, we'll say I think that's 5.